Drinking buddies, martinis never have tequila. And I'm here to wonder, why? You got your margarita, you got your martini, but they never intermingle. Let's make some tequila, specifically Anejo martinis, and see how they taste.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies, so I wanted to make a Manhattan, but try it with tequila to see how it turns out. So I consulted a couple recipes, and it looks like most people who do this either use chocolate bitters or they use orange bitters in this particular martini. Manhattan is a whiskey martini generally, but we're doing it with tequila. And we're gonna be using today, we're gonna make all three of these with just the Costco Anejo because it's cheap. I don't feel bad about mixing with it, and it seems to be fairly readily available. Assuming you have a Costco in your area. We're gonna go 2 ounces of Anejo Tequila. And we might run out tonight. Then we're gonna go a 1/2 ounce of Dolin Vermouth. And instead of Angostura Bitters on this one, the recipes I saw online for a Anejo Martini or a Anejo Manhattan called for orange bitters. So we did a couple dashes of those. We're gonna stir this, but ideally you wanna stir for about 20 to 30 seconds. You want some nice dilution going on. And we need our garnish. Couple maraschino cherries. And here we have a Anejo Manhattan. Okay. Ooh, that is like no Manhattan I've ever tasted. One of the very prominent flavors in a Manhattan is the Angostura Bitters. So switching it for orange bitters is very different. And then switching the Anejo Tequila out, switching that in for the bourbon or rye is quite an interesting thing. I'm getting a lot of notes of the agave coming through, which has some saltiness, some sweetness, a little bit of vanilla. Our Dolin is coming through nicely. Let's try it with a cherry. I'm not sure I like this as much as a standard Manhattan. In fact, I definitely don't, but I do like it. Tequila Manhattan, drink number 1. Next up, we're gonna do a little bit of a twist on the classic martini, the dry martini, the dirty martini, whatever you wanna call it, to see if we can impart some tequila flavors. This is not an original. Neither of these first 2 are originals. These exist out there in the ether. People have done variations of tequila martinis for probably, a long time now, but this is one that I found that I'm tweaking a little bit because I'm gonna basically make a Tequila Gibson. But we're gonna begin with 1.5 ounces of our tequila. Ounce and a half of Anejo. Next up, we're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of Dry Vermouth. Extra Dry Vermouth. And we're gonna do a bar spoon of our brine from our onions. That's where the dirty comes in. Last up, once again, when I looked online, I was kind of surprised. This particular one generally calls for orange bitters. And we'll stir. All right, I grabbed our chilled glass. Got some nice dilution going on there. We're gonna drop in 2 of our cocktail onions. Let's see what we think of this Tequila Gibson or Tequila Dirty Martini, depending upon how you look at it. Yeah, you know, I feel like the brine and the saltiness of those onions really complements the tequila well, because I find tequila has a fairly salty, savory flavor, but also sweet at the same time, especially the añejos are fairly sweet. Yeah, it's a little one note. I get tequila and I get salt. Don't really get much else. I don't feel like the orange did much here. This is okay. This is pretty good. It's not as good as your standard gin Gibson. So far we've learned swapping tequila out for, you know, the spirit that was designed for the cocktail. It's not really working so far. It's not bad, but there's a reason that most martinis are made with gin, and there's a reason that most Manhattans are made with bourbon or rye. All right, so this one is going to be the Poindexter Martini. This is one of my original cocktails, of course, but I'm naming it after one of my fans. I'm gonna link her channel in the description because she's got an excellent channel, and she happened to be my 400th subscriber. So I said I would name a cocktail after my next subscriber. So we're gonna go ahead and call this one the Poindexter Martini. We're gonna begin with 2 ounces of our añejo. Uh-oh. All right, we're gonna go with, let's see. Wasn't expecting to run out in the middle of a drink, but hey, things happen. We'll fill up the rest with this Jose Cuervo Tradicional Añejo. It's actually an excellent, don't let the name Jose Cuervo fool you, it's actually an excellent tequila. 2 ounces. And then we're gonna do an ounce of Gran Marnier. This obviously complements tequila really well. If it didn't, it wouldn't be in all of those fancy margaritas now, would it? And finally, we're bringing some Ango to the table. I'm gonna go 4 dashes of Angostura. Give it a stir. All right, we have after about 20 seconds of shaking there, or stirring there, let's pour it in our glass. Now this is a very spirit-forward cocktail, like a martini should be. It's probably not for the faint of heart. This is pretty strong. Gran Marnier is 40% alcohol, tequila is 40% alcohol. I essentially just added some dilution to 40% spirits. So I won't be able to finish all 3 of these, but hopefully I can give you a good representation of what each one tastes like. We're gonna go ahead and express some of these oils from a lime, run it around here a little bit, drop it in, give it a taste. It's really good. So we certainly have a winner here. It's sweet, it's smooth, it's got orange and lime. There's even lemon coming through on here. The Angostura rounds everything out with a really nice bitter note. You know, wow, just smooth, delicious, awesome. So we made 3 different tequila martinis today. I'm gonna go good, better, best. Our original is the winner. It doesn't even taste that strong considering how spirit forward it is. Yeah, I actually feel like I pick up more of the alcohol off of this one, but this one is very vanilla forward. I think the vanilla in the vermouth and the vanilla flavors that come from Anejo are really complementing each other well nicely here. Overall, really solid drink, just not quite as good as a standard martini, but different. And you know, the more I give a little bit of a taste of it, I do like it. This one is good, but it is a little bit of a disappointment. It's just not as good as a standard gin Gibson or gin martini. And we got a home run. This is sweet, smooth, excellent, awesome. One that you should make at home. And seeing as how it's made with 3 ingredients, poured into a nice ice chilled glass, this is one that's pretty easy. Well, drinking buddies, thank you for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button. It really helps out my channel a lot. And go ahead and leave me a comment down below with your favorite tequila cocktail. You know, most people are probably gonna say the margarita, but there's a lot of other great tequila cocktails out there. And yeah, I'd like to hear what your favorite is. Thanks for watching.